So I'm finishing up the content audit for Sammy's, and they have a lot of categories. And I had a problem. I noticed that even categories that they promote have this, even like, so like photography, which is like their main thing. You click on large format and your search returned no results. And I was like, that's weird. And then when I was doing the keyword matrix, I noticed that as well. I'm like, okay, how many of these categories are empty? I started clicking, but I'm like, I'm getting it nowhere because they have like over 200 categories just because of how big they are. So that's why I asked a question about custom extractions, which I've never done before. I never needed to analyze something so big. And so at first I was super confused. Basically, I grabbed all the URLs, went to Screaming Frog. At first, I pulled up Screaming Frog and it was super confusing because I was like, all right, configuration, custom, extraction. I did add. What the heck is this? Extractor one, XPath. I don't know what an XPath is. I don't know what CSS path is. I don't know the regex rules, whatever. And then I realized really simply that you can inspect this. I tried first CSS and I was like, oh, what's the CSS thing? And I got it wrong. I crawled the site and it wasn't right. But then you go right click here and then it says copy. You can just copy XPath right here, go right into your Screaming Frog and you can paste it right there and call this something good, like, and then you press OK. And then once you upload your URLs, it'll pull exactly what you want it to pull. And so I would assume that, for example, in their blog, I would assume that if you wanted to pull this date, it would work the same way. And if I wanted to pull this guy as an author, I could do it the same way, inspect and copy XPath.
So I did this same thing for Magazine Line. They didn't have like a nice, your search return no results, that kind of thing. Like it was just like a blank page. So I did the same thing, but what I did for them was, you see how at the top it says like showing 0 out of 0. They had like a similar thing like that. That was like number of products and then like had a number. So I just crawled that and extracted it. But the reason I bring it up is because I had issues with it because it's generated by JavaScript. So I had to like go in and have it render the JavaScript. So then it was able to like extract that number from there. It reminded me of that. It was like, if anyone wants to do that, or if like you want to extract something that is generated by JavaScript, you have to make sure that Screaming Frog is like rendering the JavaScript.
So simple, but again, the jargon and what it says on Screaming Frog, it can be confusing. I'm happy I learned that because I could use that way more often to analyze certain pages.